that, then you guys are going to bottle it all up and you guys are just going to crumble.
And also talking about important stuff, not just like who won the football game, just some stuff, grades. Talk about important stuff like something you learned about God, maybe what you learned in church, different things.
And that goes back to friends. I mean, you know your friends better than they probably know them. Your good friends, you know them better than they know themselves. You guys got to know each other. You got to know who that person is. You got to know them inside and out to know, yeah, this is someone I want to be this, or no, this is not someone I want to be with. You got to know them. You got to be able to, like I said, you got to be able to talk about things, and that goes right back to it. You got to be able to know the other person. So.
And also, you want to evaluate the relationship. Further on, and get older, you're going to see whether you actually can spend a life with this person, or if you just can't. If you don't think things could go farther than they're at. You want to look at that, see if you do want to marry this person. If you don't, it's basically unfair to both of you to stay where you're at the moment, just not get going anywhere.
And you got to look at where your life's going. You got to look at if that person is going to be able to help you where you want to go. You got to look at if they're going to help you in your Christian standpoint, in your faith standpoint. Are they really going to be able to help you? Are they going to be able to help you or support you career-wise? Like for me, I want to be a pastor. If I'm not going to marry someone that's not willing to be a pastor who have to go all in on ministry with me. I mean, it's just not going to work. I mean, if I marry someone that's going to stay home all the time and not want to come to church, then I mean, there's just no point in it, because I need someone that I can hold accountable to my ministry with me, that's going to be able to help support me there. And so that's another big key.
Yeah. So, although you don't want to base your life on this person, though, like life choices, that kind of thing. You want to, as I said earlier, put God first. If he wants you to go somewhere else than you planned, listen to him and don't base your life on what this person thinks. Base your life on God, because God knows everything. God has a good plan for your life. Yeah.
What was that quote you told me that one time? You and God make a majority.
I don't know if I told you that.
Well, I have it written down somewhere. So.
Awesome. You and God make a majority.
Good quote.
Mm-hmm. And then seek biblical counseling.
The Bible has tons and tons of scripture on love, dating, relationships. Whether you guys realize it or not, the Bible, this is a love story from God. How he loved us so much that he sent his son. That is a love story. If you can't see that, then you must be blind. I mean, that's all about relationship, all about love. And if you don't see that, then you're missing the whole point. And just to start off there, I mean, and you get into Corinthians about the love chapter. I mean, you get into Song of Songs about Solomon's love letter to one of his wives. I mean, it's all over. Love your neighbor as yourself. I mean, it's full of love scriptures, relationship scriptures. You just got to dive in and read it.
So, as the relationship progresses, you can get counselors to see if your engagement, if you get engaged, get counselors like pastors, to work things out in the engagement, to see if you guys are really ready to get married, live your lives together.
But don't completely leave that up to someone else. Leave that between you guys and God. God will tell you when it's time. You'll know God will tell you when it's time. I mean, just will.
And for the last one, once again, put God first. It's the most important thing in any relationship, whether it be with a dating relationship or a friendship. Put God first. He knows everything. He has a good plan for your life, and He'll show you where to go.
God can see more than just tomorrow. He can see more than just next week, next month, next year. He can see all the way up until the day you die, your last hour. He knows what's going to benefit you best. And He knows whether or not that person is the one for you. He knows whether or not they're going to bring you down or whether they're going to help you. The Bible says, like a rock sharpens a rock, a friend sharpens a friend. I mean, He knows whether they're going to sharpen you or not. He's going to know if they're going to dull you. He knows if they're going to help your faith. He knows if they're going to be able to support you in life. He knows all that before it even happens. And like I said, God has to be the center of your relationship because He is love. I mean, without God, there is none of this. Like I said, that whole thing is a love story. 66th book love letter to us about His Son, how He loved us that much. And we can't even take the time to get to know that. If we can't do that, then we're not going to be able to love our neighbor. I'm not going to be able to love Devin or Grace or Christina. I'm not going to be able to love you guys if I can't understand that, let alone have a relationship. If I can't love my friends, how can I love my girlfriend, my wife? It cannot happen. And you got to remember, we love because He loved us first. Because God, Christ, loved us first. And if I ever talked about love, you guys will hear me say this. God's love is so much. He loves us so much that it fills us, and we cannot contain it. It should just flow out of you, causing you to love other people. That's where love should come from, through God, not through here, through your heart, not through your mind, not through this world, but through God. God is so important in this. I mean, I cannot emphasize enough how important God is to this thing called love through a relationship. I can't say it enough.
And God said, you can't love your neighbor, a Christian brother or sister. You can't love them, then you certainly can't love God. That's how important love is to God.
That's about it?
Yep, that about wraps it up.